change your mind.
You require my assistance? Bingo! We're gonna be rich.
I have no time for games.
What is up, everybody? It is Tuesday night. You know what that means. It's Saloon time. We have here, as always, my man Sage. How's it going?
Oh man, it's going all right. Had a pretty decent weekend. Saw my dad, and I forget what else I did. It was all right. It was pretty chill. How about you, Ted? You have a good weekend?
Yeah, pretty solid. Also,
All right.
joining me, as always, RonMexico. How's it going?
Hey, how's it going, man? Things are good. Things are the usual stuff. Excited that Turtle Mage got nerfed to oblivion. Goodbye forever and good riddance. And excited for our guest here tonight.
Yeah.
Oh, and I got a dog last week. I got a new dog. She's real cute. Her name is Nappy.
Aw.
And,
Sorry.
of course, joining us today from Tampam Surf Slam, it is MartyB. How's it going, man?
Hey man, what's up? Doing pretty well actually.
Also, big hello to Saku in chat.
Hey,
Saku.
the legend.
I'm really glad you guys were able to bring me on.
Yeah, I'm glad you were able to join us.
Yeah, we were sad that you weren't able to make it for, Tanpam's championship celebration before. So we've been looking forward to having you on for a little while.
Yeah.
Today is finally the day.
Yeah, and it's a thing we like to do. We like to try to have, somebody from the championship team from the prior season on. And, yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm really glad you guys could have me on now.
Yeah, glad you could do it. All right, but anyways, yeah.
Dang it, Nappy. She stole one of my shoes.
Time to start off with the player of the week. Is Sage will attempt to read it as he fights with his dog.
No, she's not in the room. I just noticed one of my shoes is missing. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and read this verbatim. This is a little bit of a doozy here, people. All right, so
Well, you want to start off with the nomination, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it's all in the usual Shunsui style, I think. Shunsui gripped his Millennium Rod tight. His team was in dire straits. The only undefeated team in Hero, no pros here, was down 8-11, and only Shunsui remained to keep the streak alive. He could feel the dark power flow through his fingers and ensnare his mind. Sweep or better, it whispered from within his skull. Shunsui grinned. He could feel the power surging within. He knew he'd be sending his opponent to the Shadow Realm as he had many times before. A sweep from legendary Shunsui kept no pros here, 4-0. Written by Daystink. And we asked Shunsui if he had any comments, say on his behalf, and he had this to say. Had to read this verbatim as well. Greetings and good morrow to everyone. This is your favorite Shadow Seed, Shunsui 21. 2 syllables, please. Bless. First, big ups to my opponent. In the midst of me trying to find Soul Hunter math, he gave me 2 good lumps over the tater. I previously gave him 2 lumps, so it was only right he returned the favor. We may have to speak his name in whispers like King Arthur one day. Spooky Ghost duel music. The Shadows accepted my offer, sweet game 1 and 5. I'll send the replay. Without PR rules, Sharkbait would be a 3, possible 2 seed with ease. I very much appreciate the steps you guys walked through with me to get this achievement. I'm sure my arch nemesis Sage was rooting for me somewhere. My eternal rival and captain Blue Spartan keeps me on my toes about doing manly shit in Millennium Team item usage. I tend to give him a few gray hairs a season, but I think he can manage. The world is in a state of flux at the moment, so I'm eternally grateful for my THL villages, rivals, and comrades. Stay blessed and stay fly. The shadows await. Spooky ghost duel music. Shout out to No Pros here for the draft pick in the second round. I owe my Caps some points, but I fixed Highlander Warlock and it's ready to go. Let's rev it up.
Right, and
A lot to take in on that one. A
Yeah.
quick little fact check here. We are actually the Player of the Week award was to Shansui for beating Matty Ebbs, who plays for ATL Blue Spartans team in Hero in Week 4. This comment refers to a Week 5 Legacy Series victory over Sharkbait, who is female, not male, and Sunshu's captain is Pasca, not Blue Spartan when it comes to Hero. Just a few other things. I think there might have been a little bit of a mix-up, but either way, congratulations to Shansui on a legendary victory in Week 4.
Yeah, I mean, like like you said, even if there was a mix-up or two, that was still, Shansui. That's all there is to say.
I mean, what do you guys want me to do? Proofread it and ask them to fix it? Come on.
Wow. Well,
we know better than to ask you to do extra work, Sage.
Or-
Let's move on to the meta report, right?
extra work, any work,
Yeah, one of those.
All right. Anyways, meta time. We are starting off with Demon Hunter, Hunter Paladin Warrior is our top lineup, yet as it has in many weeks past, went negative win rate wise.
Yeah, kind of surprising. Also, the biggest thing that jumps out to me here is how massive of a win rate Paladin has had all season up until last week. Last week, Paladin had the most bans, and outside of those bans, got stomped. 8 wins, 17 losses.
Wow, Paladin dropped 5% in its overall win rate in a week.
Yeah, yet it's still at 55.56%. That's pretty amazing that it can be slammed and still do that well.
Yeah, definitely. But some interesting trends here overall in the hero meta. Demon Hunter, Druid, Paladin, Warrior, interestingly, just jumped up to 100% win rate last week in matches. And then in game wins was up at 75%. But, oh, wait, Druid just got nerfed. So, take that as you will with any grain of salt. We're not really going to discuss the nerfs too heavily here. Just, Turtle Mage and Guardian Animals Turtle and Guardian Animals both got nerfed. So take all this data with a grain of salt.
Yeah, which, that probably means that Mage is going to probably get hit a decent amount because, Turtle Mage is just dead now. Meanwhile, Guardian Animals 1 turn later. It's not quite as good, but I think it's still going to see play.
So, highest win rate last week would be Shaman. Somebody tell me I'm just taking some real good drugs. Am I really seeing this right?
Well, I mean, it had a huge sample size, as you can see.
Yeah. In fairness, those 5 games went 3-2. Probably slightly more impressive to see Warrior going 38-31 in 69 games for a 55% win rate. But that's right. Nice amount of games.
Or a Demon Hunter going 31-16 is also pretty impressive.
I think one of the things you guys are not taking into consideration, a ban here is pretty much a win in the case of that deck or that class, really. So
yeah, that's fair.
Really, it's Paladin isn't really going 32% win rate. It's actually 39-17 because it was so potent that people felt the need to ban it 31 times. And the same can be said for Warrior. Warrior is especially impressive, like you guys said, because it was still banned 15 times and was able to pull that 5% win rate.
Yeah. It's
That is an excellent point, Marty. I really like that. Ban is, basically a win for you because that was the class your opponent was worried about most. So even though that 32% win rate is jumping out as, wow, Paladin's falling off, it still, commands a lot of respect.
I mean, we've talked about it a lot in the past, but Paladin is kind of turning into that. Either you can beat it or you're just not even going to deal with it class.
Right. And at a format like Hero Series, especially, if Paladin wins, it stays up. So it can be really a fearsome class to deal with, which kind of makes sense why we see so much of it banned.
Yeah. But yeah, other than that, I don't think there's a whole lot to digest here.
Yeah, and again, we'll see more shakeups because of nerfs. It remains to be seen how much Turtle, which wasn't really a meta influencer much as it was just a god awful, miserable type of deck to watch play and play against. And then Guardian Animals, of course, was very influential, so that one could cause a reasonable shakeup. So we'll see what happens in the aftermath of the nerf.
Yeah. But all right, let's move on to last week. Starting off with Teal, we have Dab on 'em versus Cult. Dab on 'em ended up winning the week 13-10. You know, I'm not going to say I'm horribly upset. Dab on 'em is a really tough team, and we made it pretty competitive against them. But if you look at the standings, it's 13 points back. 2 weeks ago, it's not looking pretty for the Cult.
Yeah, pour one out for the Cult, everybody. This looks like this might mark the end of their season and their chances at playoffs because we just have a shorter, season overall to be played. And being that far back with so few matches left, it would take like a couple 20-point weeks and some luck.
Yeah, it's definitely not, impossible, but it's going to have to be, 2 huge weeks.
But yeah, as far as like interesting matches here, Dabs beating Heatshock jumped out to me as a pretty interesting one. Plants is now on a tear, winning 2 in a row after a rocky start, getting a victory over Based. But then, Dab on him still coming through in the 3 and 4 with Astrofrog and Buse picking up big wins and big point margins. And then Quaz showing up big in the 5, beating up on Diamond.
But yeah, other than that, I don't think there's. I'm checking something real quick, but we can move on to our next match of Ask HS versus Burnators. And Ron, would you like to run us through this one?
Certainly. So what we have here, Ask HS versus the Burnators. In the 1 seed, we had Mr. Python taking a close series against Adair in 5 games, 3-2. We had another 5-game series in the 2 seed with Zancat pulling out a victory over Rescue Wabbit. In the 3 seed, Dr. Bombed has now started a win streak of his own and is starting to pick up some momentum for Ask HS, getting a 4-game victory over Tweeg. We had Chewbacca continuing an undefeated streak, even though it got close in 5 games against Swash. And finally, the only win for Burnators was that 5 seed with Cherub picking up a 5-game victory over Kel. Ask HS, 18 points, huge for their playoff chances. Burnators, 11 points, and immensely far back. I think this should all but eliminate them. Are they officially eliminated from playoff contention already? Or
no, I mean they're not officially eliminated. They're 26 points back, and they can get
just realistically
46.
eliminated.
Yeah. Like there's a decent chance they get 2 23-point weeks, and they're still on the outside.
Yeah.
But sorry, something I wanted to check on real fast, and I want to announce with Quaz's win, his PR is positive.
Whoa! No way.
Yeah.
Quaz just jumped over the 50 mark?
No.
Or no, he got out of the true PR negative. Okay.
Yeah,
nice.
His PR is 10.24 at the moment.
Congratulations,
So
Quaz.
Big shout out. There was a couple ugly seasons in there. But
it's been a long road. That's awesome.
Yeah. But
good job, Quaz.
Yeah. Anyways, next up we have TMI versus Tampam Surf Slam, and Marty, I don't want to rub too much dirt in the wound, but I'm not going to let Sage brag. So, do you want to run us through this one?
Yeah. Sure. So the first match we had, I think it was Mike V, and Mike's been having a season. He's just been out of it, had a really hard time. So, got swept there. Wash has been killing it. Guys, insane 4 seed. Some reason since I've been on Tam Pams, we've just had crazy 4 seeds. And Wash is just so good. JR, Ron, yeah, I'm sure you can say more on this. But congrats on you, 3-1. JR was kind of frustrated, but he said it was pretty close and it wasn't much. Like, he just played well, really. As for Arhad and I, Arhad brought the wrong Paladin deck. And the 2 of the Paladin losses that you guys were talking about earlier were due to him because he just brought the wrong Paladin, one that he wasn't as comfortable with. And then it came down to A2 and FBM2. And A2 was swept by Turtle Mage. So you guys were just talking about Turtle, and kind of glad to see it go away because now A2 can't get swept.
At least by Turtle.
Well, in general, he hasn't been swept except by Turtle. So he won't be swept. He's just going to go 3-0 the rest of the season. We're just going to sweep 3-0s for everyone for the rest of the
Yeah, it does look like Ron is having some issues, but
Turtle Mage. Sure. Am I cutting in and out? Or is it
yes,
Sage?
it's both of you.
It's both of us. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Sorry, my phone messed up there for a second.
Okay.
Do you need me to disconnect, reconnect?
No.
You seem to be back now, so we'll just keep rolling.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just going to say, big win for TMI, and Tan Pams is definitely still in it right here. They aren't too far out, but they need big weeks in the next 2 weeks.
Yeah, we're playing exactly that. So watch out.
Yeah. I had some comments to make about this, but then my phone all messed up. Real proud of my boys, FBM2. Sorry that you're losing your favorite deck at the moment. MartyB, good job taking it over our hat. Real proud of Jim taking the sweep there. I understand Mike is having a bad season, but man, it gets better. It does. I'm sure he sticks with it. He'll bring it back, and he's going to be super value if he keeps doing badly. Just saying.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right, in our final match, Transfer Students versus My Chemical Skullman. Sage, go ahead.
All right, so we got the Students versus MCS here. In the 1, we see Atomos taking a sweep over Sparkleophobia. In the 2, Bach for Life going 3-1 over Donde, the content director himself, Rip Donde. In the 3, we got Starkey, aka Medusas, taking it 3-1 over Lemur, the washed up king. And the 4, we've got G-Kick taking a sweet little sweep over Anful. Man, Anful, I rooted for you, man. Oh, all right. Anyways, in the 5, we see Chaser, the absolute stud in the 5. What are you doing in the 5, man? Didn't you beat Ron? Taking it 3-2 over Saku. And that gives it 13-11 for the Students over MCS. And wow, what a week.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a really tough contest there. That one definitely could have gone either way. And first, I just have to say I am upset at Lemur for losing to Starkey to Medusas here because it threw off the plan. Now Shu and G-Kick can't have their undefeateds anymore because the seeds are moving. Come on, Lemur.
For shame, Lemur.
But honestly, yeah, congrats to Medusas for getting that victory. My Chemical Skullman still hanging around a bit in the playoff contention, and Transfer Students picking up a huge win that puts them much, much closer to their goal of making playoffs.
Yeah, but definitely, once we get to playoffs, we're going to look back, and this is probably going to be a very important match, especially if, MCS is ends up finishing 2 points behind Transfer Students or something.
Right.
It's going to come down to, hey, maybe if, one game goes a different way, then all of a sudden you have an entirely different playoff picture. So just keep this one in mind for the future.
Very true.
All right. On to purple. First up, we have NPH versus F2O Black. In the 1 seed, we had Agent PWE winning 3-2 over Itachi. 2 seed, we had Skittles beating Marshire 3-1. 3 seed, we have Pauscout losing to Rebob 2-3. 4 seed, Super Murloc getting the sub win 3-1 over Zargar. 5 seed, Chronic sweeping Shunsui. But yeah, it's NPH. Big win.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we fired him up quite a bit on our predictions last week. 3 of us went 5-0 F2L, and I was the only one who went 4-1 F2L, which isn't much better. So, yeah, NPH maybe had a bit of a fire lit under them and really wanted to go out and prove themselves. They are the only undefeated team in all of Hero Series, and they have just been dominant so far.
Oh yeah,
really
yeah.
impressive victory.
That is definitely a very impressive victory. Really thought F12 was going to take it last week. Itachi bringing Shaman, I think, might have been an omen to the otherwise. But yeah, still, if anybody could win with Shaman, it'd be Mako. Not Itachi.
All right.
I
Shocker.
don't know, man. I don't know.
I mean, this was Itachi's first loss in Hero, and it was a 5-game series.
Yeah, it was against someone else who was undefeated as well. So I don't think you can say too much about that. And it sounds like Ron is having technical difficulties once again, so
Yeah, it sounded like he was cutting in and out a little bit
Yeah.
there.
Should we just move on?
yeah, we'll move
Yeah, I
on.
think we just go ahead and move on.
Move on next to Challenge Stoners versus the Booty Billy Yacht Club. And
Oh, my boys.
yeah, Sage, go ahead.
Oh, BBYC bringing it in. 2 shamans. They brought 2 shamans, and actually one with the shaman. One of them did, and it wasn't even Mako this time. Mako actually did not win with shaman this past week, but Blue Sombrero did. Yeah, and so we see Dardar Binks, Year of Dardar Binks, taking it 3-1 over Lotus Knight, who bowed out, and Duin is taking his spot this next week. In the 2, we see Blue Sombrero taking a sweep with that Shaman over Always Just in Time. Probably didn't even have to play the Shaman, to be honest. If he swept, probably swept with Druid or something. In 3, we see Enzi taking a 3-2 over Booze, my boy Booze. And in the 4, Turtle taking a 3-2 over Mako. And then in the 5, Scritch sweeping Free Hugs. Ooh, what a week. Oh my goodness. 2 sweeps? Yeah, that'll do it right there.
Wow.
Am I back working
Yes,
okay
you're back.
here?
You
Yes,
are
sir.
back.
I'm having some connection issues, but yeah, what a game.
Yeah,
This was really close and really interesting.
absolutely. All right. But yeah, other than
I
that-
blame Enzi for the loss, though, for the Challenge Stoners. Just got to put that out there. I don't care that he won in 5 games. It's obviously Enzi's fault.
yeah.
I'll back you on that one.
But yeah, all I have to say is, take that, Enzi. Anyways, next up, Wild Aces versus Dad Legend, and Marty, go ahead, run us through this one.
Yeah, so wow. Full sweep here. It's insane. Bill Snyder taking a 3-1 over Icicles. 2's coming in strong against the struggling Starlax. Yellow Dart making it really close against C-Mac Comp. 3-2 there. And it seems like 9 Eyebrows and Lord Zeo Light both got sweeps against Hockey Boys and Clarity, respectively. Just a dominant week for Wild Aces. Puts them so far ahead. And you have to wonder, where does Dad Legend go from here?
They start thinking about next season.
Yeah, I was gonna say not to playoffs, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Looks like, yeah. I
Yeah.
think Wild Aces just ushered Dad Legend right out of their playoff race.
Yeah, it's just insane.
Yeah, I just want to say really thanks a lot, Dad Legend. We were saying, yeah, you guys are struggling a bit, but we know the quality of your roster. We're gonna say you guys could sneak in, and this is all your face.
You know what? After last season and this season, they might have enough PR to get me back on the team now.
Nice.
Mm-mm.
There you go.
Yeah, that's kind of interesting how they followed up a championship.
They're like in the stage.
They're
Honestly,
they're clearly preparing for a massive run next season.
Yeah.
They got to get the PR for it.
Gearing up.
It's like
Right.
they're
well,
like
Yellow Dart is the PR management expert. So I mean, who knows?
I mean, that's what he got in the Hall of Fame for, right?
But to be honest, I feel like this is less of a story about Dad Legend right now than it is about Wild Aces. This team had all the hype coming into the season, started off with a bang, then all of a sudden started to completely fall off, and now they've flipped it around completely again. So we just have two teams full of incredibly quality players, and maybe there was more urgency for the Aces. Maybe, just sometimes in a swingy type of meta, things can just happen this way. But Dad Legend's full of strong players. Wild Aces was our consensus number one, so they're just showing why they were a consensus number one before the season.
Yeah. Just find it really funny looking at the standings that last week BBYC and Wild Aces were kind of, neck and neck. BBYC was a few points behind them. And if we go back, BBYC won this week.
Yeah.
It's not like they lost, yet now they're all of a sudden out of it. Or not
Yeah,
fully
we've got
out of
a
it,
pretty
but
clear
they're-
top four
Yeah.
in purple right now.
Yeah.
And Booty Bay has kind of a tough climb ahead of them to get
Yeah.
there.
Again, like, obviously, never say never, but 11 points behind is really tough after you were right in it and you won the week.
Yeah, I also think it's interesting to point out the how relevant points really are compared to record. F2L has had some insane, huge point victories, and NPH has barely squeaked out some wins. So we have a 1 point difference between a 5-0 team and a 3-2 team.
Yeah.
And then right below, of course, Challenge Stoners and Wild Aces, barely off those marks, and those teams are also 3-2. And Booty Bay also 3-2, but sitting 11 points back. Wild Aces, same record as F2L, but 14 points back behind them. So points are huge.
Yeah. And finally, for the match of the week, IGN versus ATL. Ron, go ahead.
Match of the week. All right. So, unfortunately, these two teams were very low in the standings to start the week, and nothing has significantly changed from the outcome here. It is still theoretically possible, I believe, for both teams to make playoffs, but they need some kind of miracle to align. These teams fought it out in a close match, however. ATL taking a 15-11 victory with a 5-game win for Blue Spartan in the 1 over your Mumked. We had Wild 9 continuing a strong season for IGN in the 2. Risen still looking for that first victory of the season, almost got there in 5 games. Dibs taking a victory over Free Hong Kong in the 3. Debs losing to unbelievable Brushy Tuna with a positive win rate for ATL here in the 4 seed. And then finally, Matty Ebbs picking up a sweep. Nice bounce back from getting swept by Shunsui the week before. Gets a victory over King of Pixel to bring it on home for ATL. But for the most part, I'd say these teams are going to be on the outside looking in unless they can seriously step on the gas.
Yeah,
My boy Tuna got it. Oh, he got it, man.
I just want to say ATL, like you guys are letting Tuna have the best record on your team. I'm very
For shame.
disappointed.
For shame.
Yeah.
And I don't doubt Tuna. All right, he's good.
He has
I
just
don't
moved
know what
up
you're
to the
talking
3
about.
seed as well, actually. As Free Hong Kong's loss drops him
Yep.
in PR down to the 4, and Brushy Tuna moves up to the 3.
Well, I
It'll be interesting for next week.
Low key a 1 seed. Like he could operate. All right,
I mean,
he's an operator.
To be fair, he does have a pro MVP for a reason.
He
Damn it.
got a rookie season MVP in pro, didn't he?
Yeah.
All right, we should probably move on. I don't think we need to talk about Tuna anymore. Come on now.
All right. Well, midway through the show, you guys know what that means?
All right, yeah, it's speedy zoom time. So we got a commercial for you here. Hey there, Twitch viewers. If you've subscribed to Team Hearth Legends yet, then make today the day to be a legend yourself and subscribe to our channel. This subscription enables the THL team to help cover the various costs of operating our website, as well as improve the quality of our streams and content to our viewers. If you have Amazon Prime or Twitch Prime, you can actually subscribe to this channel for free. Subscribers will get the THL emoticon as well as the lovely THL chat badge. So hit that heart button and keep the notifications on to make sure you catch our team broadcasting live. We appreciate each and every one of you. Special note to our viewers, check out THL's other social media points of interest, our website at teamhearthlegends.com. Follow us on Twitter at THL_HS. Join us on Discord at Team Hearth Legends. Check out the THL POW podcast for power rankings for all series, wherever you find your podcasts. The true Hearth Legends himself, Saku, actually posts all of our videos on our YouTube channel. Just search for Team Hearth Legends to catch everything previously recorded. You're, of course, watching us on our Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Team Hearth Legends, or possibly on our YouTube channel in the future. And for all you THL fanatics out there are still THL shows every single day of the week. You can't go wrong tuning in at any time for some amazing Hearthstone-related content. Now back to the good part.
Yeah, thank you again, Saku, for everything that you do.
Every
There
time.
it is. Also, I just want to give, this seems like a good time to give a shout out. Please stick around after the show. We will be having a bar fight between Skittles and Starlax.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Tuesday night bar fight.
but
You
yeah.
love to see it. The
Anyways.
day of nerfs are boldest players in Hero Series of this week. Skittles and Starlax. Stay tuned.
I mean, I was gonna say this is Skittles' second time he's played the night of nerf.
Yeah, he's 1-0 on that, right?
Yeah. What I'm playing on nerf nights, yeah.
Gotta say,
Yeah,
bold
you gotta
move.
pop
Maybe it works for him. Exactly. It's a bold move.
Clarity saying he used to get in a lot of bar fights. He might want to, try not to do that.
You got what? Oh, he used to get in a lot of bar fights?
Yeah. Anyways,
Okay.
whoops. Moving on to this week. Gonna start off with a little dab on them versus transfer students. And Ron, why don't you run us through this one?
Certainly. So dab on them versus the transfer students. We have a battle of the number 1 seed in Teal with the most points and the team that is currently in the 3, tied for the 3 right now in points. This should be a really exciting one. We've got Dabs versus Sparkleophobia in the 1 seed. We have Baystink versus Bach for Life in the 2. Astral Frog versus undefeated G-Kick in the 3. G-Kick making his debut in the 3 seed. We've got Buse versus THL Lemur in the 4 and Diamond versus Chaser in the 5. And this looks like it should be tight throughout. I think I've got to give it to Dabs in the 1. Dabs is just an insane player. He's got a bit of a PR edge here, and Sparkleophobia is not having the strongest season for the students. In the 2, I see Based. I pick Based. Easy. Based has actually lost a couple this season, so maybe there are some cracks starting to show in the armor of our reigning crossover player of all of THL last season, but I still have faith in Based. I think she takes the 2. Astral Frog versus G-Kick in the 3. Astral Frog is Base's brother, and he's having a monster season right now, but man, I can't pick against G-Kick. G-Kick in the 3, he keeps going undefeated. In the 4, giving it to Buse. Got to mix it up, Buse. And in the 5, Chaser, I think, takes it over Diamond. That's going to be a 3-2 victory for Dab on him.
Awesome. Marty, what do you think about this match?
Yeah, I gotta say, I think Dabs takes it over Sparks. Sparks just having a harder time, what seems. Don't think this is going to be the week for him to turn it around. Between Base and Astral, you can't go wrong picking either of them. I feel like both are going to take it over Bach for Life and G-Kick. G-Kick is incredibly talented, and yes, he's 5-0, but I still think Frog takes it. As for Buse and Diamond, I think versus Lemur and Chaser, I think Lemur will get his 3 seed back. I think he's going to take it over Buse, and then I want to give it to Diamond in the 5 seed. So that would be 4-1 Dab.
Diamond in the 5 over Chaser? Are you kidding me? Man.
Gotta make bold takes.
Yeah, well, I was going to say, Marty, I think one of us must have been copying the other one's homework, because I'm going with the exact same prediction. 4-1 Dab
Nice.
on them, with Lemur being the only transfer one. Sage?
Well, Yeah, I think Chaser's taking it in the 5. The guy beat Ron in the 3, and Ron's a 1 seed. Come on. Chaser's beating Diamond too. I'm just gonna go from the bottom up. And in the 4, I like Lemur here. I like Lemur over Buse personally. Buse is really good, and he's my boy. But Lemur, I mean, he's the king of all the washed up players. You know, he's gonna beat up on Buse. And then we got in the 3. I'm thinking Astral's gonna take it over G-Kick. If Astral's been practicing with Based, then he's gonna take it. In the 2, I mean, come on, Based. Yeah, definitely. And then in the 1, well, I mean, they're both doing okay this season. I'd say Dabs is doing a little better than Spark is. I'm going to give it to Dabs here, which gives it 3-2 to Dab on him. So, yeah.
All right. Next up, we have
Only a couple caster curses there.
Yeah. Next up, we have SKHS versus the Cult, and this is, do or die for the Cult. 1 seed Mr. Python versus Heatshock. 2 seed Zancat versus Plants. 3 seed Dr. Bombay versus Some Idiot. 4 seed Chewbacca versus Roadrunner. 5 seed Kel versus Quaz. And you know what? I went with Plants the first 3 weeks. He won, or he lost. Picked against them the last 2 weeks. He won. So I'm just gonna, extrapolate that logic to the rest of my team and say 5-0 SKHS.
Solid.
Yeah.
Well, I
Ted,
think you might be on something there.
going with the full curse pick. Colt
Yeah.
needs something.
Yeah.
Ted's shifting strategies. I like it.
Ron, what do you think?
Ask HS versus the Cult here. I've got I always pick Heat Shock pretty much. Mr. Python should give him a tough match. I could see Python winning, but I'm still going to go Heat Shock for this week. I think Plants takes it over Zancat in the 2. Dr. Bombed over the Big Ted. Come on, Ted. You're not getting Dr. Bombed. In the 4, I think Chewbacca continues that undefeated streak. And in the 5, you know what, Kel? Fine. I'll pick you this week. Only because I want Quaz to be upset that I didn't pick him. So there you go. 3-2 Ask HS.
I thought you were about to say I'm gonna pick Kel because I want Quaz to be negative PR again.
That too, actually. Go back to where you belong, Quaz.
All right, Sage, what do you think, bud?
All right, man. Yeah, so Mr. Python has been doing some serious work this season. I think I'm going to give it to him again. I think he can take it. He could take it over Heat Shock. No doubt, no doubt. All right. And the 2, Plants is bringing it back. I'm going to go ahead and give it to Plants there over Zancat. And the 3, I'll give it to Bomb D over Some Idiot as well. And in the 4, Shoe. Oh man, undefeated against Roadrunner 1-4. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and go a Shoe here. Maybe Roadrunner, stops, halts him in his tracks, but I'm just gonna go with the 5-0 guy at the moment. And in the 5, I like Quaz.
I'm glad someone does.
Nice.
All right, anyways, finally, Marty, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, so Ron, pretty sure you copied my homework here. I had the same picks as you. 4-1 or 3-2 Ask Hearthstone, or Ask HS, I should say, with Heat Shock and Plants taking it for the Cult, but the bottom 3 seeds taking it for Ask HS.
Yeah, I actually totally just invented reasoning for it. The real reason I picked the way I picked was because I just looked at Marty's picks, and I'm like, "Oh, that looks good. I'm gonna go copy Marty real quick."
Also,
yeah. See, your mistake was not changing changing just a little bit. Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
We're good. You capitalized all of bombed, and I didn't. So
okay,
it's not, we're good.
Nice.
We're good.
Also, I just, you guys are really homies, going out of your way to cast a curse bomb D against me. That's really nice.
You're welcome, Ted. Go
All
get
right.
him.
Yeah, I still don't think that's happening.
You
Anyways,
owe me one.
next up, TMI versus MCS. Sage, go ahead, my man.
I was pouring a beer. All right.
You can talk about
yeah.
your own team. Stop complaining.
TMI. versus MCS. In the 1, we've got FBM2, aka Reggie, versus Adam Operating System. In the 2, I thought I had said in the 2 for a second. In the 2, we have Ridiculous Hat versus Donde. Board members clash in the 2 here. In the 3, my man RonMexico versus Starkey. Oh, the battle between 2 previous teammates. This is Worlds Collide, right? Jeez. In the 4,
This one actually is going to be on stream, by the way.
Ooh,
Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern.
Hype. In the 4, Travis Chrono versus Anfall. I don't think I'm picking Anfall this week. In the 5, Jim Philos versus Saku. Ooh, man, these teams. Ooh, I'll tell you what, it's kind of tough for me because I really like a lot of the people on the other team. I've played with some of them, and I like them quite a lot. I've talked with some of them quite a bit.
Yep.
You know, Adam Starkey and Donde and Saku and Anfall, they're good guys, but they all losing, man. They all fucking losing. They're
Here it
taking
comes.
this.
Yep.
They are going down. Oh yeah.
The classic Sage. Sage
5-0.
picks Sage team 5-0. You know what? I'm going to piggyback on that. It's my team too. Easy. 5-0 TMI. Let's do this.
Easy, let's go.
All right. Marty, please be unbiased here. Unlike these idiots.
Oh, here we go. The problem is I also picked TMI, but I made it 3-2. Okay, it's like I copied their homework, but I actually did change things, unlike Ron before. All in. All right, I have FBM
being realistic.
our hat taking it, and then I have Ron. I think you'll also win against Medusas. As for Travis and Jim, I have to be fair, and I have to like give some to MCS. So Anfall and Saku, I think you guys will be getting wins this week.
We didn't bring you on the show to be fair. We brought you on the show to be fun.
Go away.
Oh my God! Here we go. Here we go. Now I'm not fun enough, huh? You want to go? You want to go? Look, there's a bar fight after this. I'll take you.
Nice.
Oh,
Nice. Let's do it. MartyB versus Sage bar fight.
Hey, and you know what, Sage? I don't have to bring you back on the show.
Oh wait, no. See, Sage was actually supposed to play me. No, Sage and I were supposed to fight, and then he chickened out. Remember, Sage? You chickened out.
It's not wrong.
Yeah, we even had it on stream. We had a whole stream plan, and then Sage was like, "Nope."
Marty's been planning this, calling you out.
I love it.
Yeah, I feel it. But I'll tell you, man, I had to back out of it. It wasn't you, it was me.
Uh-huh.
All right. Anyway,
He was scared.
Sorry,
But yeah, that makes what 3 picks for TMI to win this week. Well, come on, Ted, don't let us down.
Oh, of course I won't. Adam 1, Hat 2, Ron 3, Ample 4, Saku 5, easy 3-2 MCS.
There it is. You love to see it. Thanks, Ted.
Anytime.
Yeah, because they're
I
just.
really didn't want a full caster cursing TMI. Now we've dodged it.
Yeah. Hey, listen, I'm always going to spite pick against your team.
Yes.
I'll have you guys know yours is my second least favorite team. In
After Cult?
No.
Oh, okay.
Your team doesn't have some idiot calling us full of hot air.
Oh, right. That's right. Your least
Anyways.
favorite team would be Stoners, or specifically Inzi.
Yeah.
I get it.
Finally, Tam Surf Slam versus the Burnators. Go ahead, Marty.
Oh, 5-0 sweep. Every single one of us 3-0. Not even a question.
Love it.
Nice. Marty with no bias on the Tan Pamps picks.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
None whatsoever. And I appreciate
Solid.
that, Marty. I really do.
All right, Sage, what do you think?
You know, I think it's actually going to be pretty similar to Marty's. I did because it's me, Mike V is having a pretty rough season, and I think Swash is pretty damn good. He's definitely not a 5 seed. Sorry. And yeah, I think Swash is gonna win for the Burnernators here over Mike. But aside for that, honestly, I think all of the rest of Tampams is gonna take it here. A2 over Adair, Marty versus over Rescue Wabbit, JR versus Tweak, JR over Tweak, and Wash over Cherub. Wash is having a hell of a season. It's really not hard to pick that one, honestly. So yeah, I just think I think it's gonna be 4-1 for Tampams. No bias. All right. Actually, none.
All right. I'll go next. I'm going 3-2 Tampams. I'm going into A2 in the 1, Marty in the 2, League in the 3, Wash in the 4, Swash in the 5. Easy 3-2. Ron, finally.
All right. Yeah, for Tanpam's Burninator's, I pick Adair. I got a lot of faith in Adair, but I think Marty is grabbing that 2-seed victory. I'm giving it to Tweeg over JR in the 3. I think Wash is having an amazing season and continues it in the 4-seed with a win over Cherub. And finally in the 5, I love you, Swash, but I think Mike V is going to grab his very first victory of the season, and it's going to be 3-2 Tampams.
It's gonna be a sweep. You watch.
Nice.
Anyways,
That's just because he was your captain 2 seasons ago.
on to purple, we have NPH versus Dad Legend. 1 seed, we have Agent PWE versus Icicles. 2 seed, our featured match of the week, Skittles versus Starlax. 3 seed, Posca Yellow Dart. 4 seed, Super Murloc coming back against Hockey. 5 seed, Shinsui Clarity. And, I mean, let's be honest here. That Legend just got smashed last week. They're 1-4. It's going Pee-wee, Skittles, Posca, Hockey. Shinsui is going to keep NPH, or is going to get the final one, 4-1 NPH. Hockey is the only one who's going to keep that Legend from getting swept. Ron, go ahead.
Yeah, this one, sorry, Dad Legend. It's a rough season here. NPH hasn't lost, I don't think, or they're going to start to lose here. Agent PWE, watch out, buddy. I picked against you pretty much all season, and you keep winning, so here it is. I'm picking you to win. Good luck with that one. Now we've got Skittles in the 2 over Starlax, our bar fight of tonight. I think Skittles takes the victory in the 2 seed. Giving it to Posca over Yellow Dart in the battle of the 1-4 captains in the 3 seed here. Something's got to give, and I think Posca's going to take this one. In the 4, I've got Hockey taking down the victory, and in the 5, Shinsui, the man who is not sure if he's playing a legacy match or a hero match when it relates to his write-ups. I think Clarity's going to surprise him and send Shinsui off to the Shadow Realm here. Still going to be a victory for NPH, but a close one, 3-2.
All right. Marty, what do you think?
Ted, could I borrow your homework real quick?
Sure, go ahead.
All right, great. So I got PWE, then Skittles later tonight. I also believe Posca will take this. Hockey will probably take it over Super Murloc, in my opinion. And then Shinsui in the 5 will make it 4-1 no pros here. I don't see them losing again. All right, Ted, you can take it back now.
Okay, thanks, man.
Nice.
And finally, Sage, go ahead.
Yeah, all right, man. So yeah, Pee-wee in the 1 for sure. Skittles, I think just, he didn't bring Shaman as much as I think it is hilarious seeing Shaman win. I don't think it's going to win tonight. And am I really the only person that believes in the dart? Come on, man.
Yes.
Like, they're both 1-4.
Yes.
They're both 1-4. Like,
Yes.
I think Dart is just the better captain, honestly. He's in the Hall of Fame for a reason. And in the 4, Hockey, I think, is taking it over Super Murloc here. Super Murloc undefeated with 1 win.
Undefeated Super Murloc.
Hockey is just, I think, the better player. And in the 5, as confused as he might be sometimes, I think Shinsui is going to send another poor soul to the Shadow Realm. And that gives it 3-2 to NPH.
All right.
Here you go.
Moving on, it is time for F2L versus IGN. And Ron, go ahead.
All right, F2L versus IGN. F2L right up at the very top of the standings. IGN struggling to stay afloat. At least they've got a win so far, but I don't think they're realistically going to make playoffs, and this week should kill their chances. Itachi versus Wild9 in the 1. Unfortunate for Wild9 because he's the one player that's actually been kind of coming through for IGN. I think Itachi's just too good and takes the victory in the 1. Markshire versus your Mumked in the 2. I could see your Mumked getting an upset here, but this week I'm going PR edge and record edge, giving it to Markshire. Rebob over Dibs. I think Rebobson takes the win. Chronic versus Debs. You know what? Chronic just flipped seeds with Kazargar. I think Debs can sneak a victory here for IGN, but Kazargar dropping to the 5 with a 4-1 record with their first loss of the season coming last week. They're grabbing this victory over King of Pixel in the 5, and that's going to be a 4-1 F2L victory.
All right, so I'm gonna say that I was DMing Robobson today, and he said, "Please don't caster curses again this week or next, thanks." But sorry, bud. 5-0 F2L. Sage.
He asked us to not curse him. He really did?
Yeah.
Hilarious.
Oh, man.
Misplay, Rebob. Full misplay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, man. But I'm giving y'all the 5-0 again. I mean, just think about it for a second. All right, you're against IGN here, the team that was made in 50 minutes. Like, are you going to be gone in 60 seconds or what? Like, come on.
Well, hey, last week F2L lost, right? Because we had Ted, Sage, and Guest all pick F2L 5-0, and I picked F2L 4-1. So surely that won't happen again, right? I picked them 4-1, and Sage and Ted went 5-0. What about our guest, though? Maybe he doesn't curse them.
Well, I'm not a caster for this show, so I can't curse them on a technicality, which means I can say 5-0 F2L. But really,
there you go. There's a curse, Rebob. You're welcome.
No, if I wasn't with Tampams, I'd probably be with F2L. I hang out with a lot of these guys. I know they're good. I know they can sweep. And I think they're going to do it this week.
Sorry,
Yeah,
Rob.
I do too.
Anyways, next up, we have the Balloon Stoners versus ATL. And Sage, why don't you read us through this one?
All right, man. This is easy right here. This is the easiest picks I ever made. And the one we see, the Year of Dardar Binks against Blue Spartan. In the 2, we see Always Just in Time versus Risen. In the 3, we have the Balloon Master himself, Enzi versus Bresci Tuna, my Lithuanian brother. In the 4, we see Turtle versus Pond, aka Free Hong Kong. In the 5, we've got Free Hugs versus Matty Ebbs. And I think this is going to go 4-1 for the Stoners, with Tuna taking the only win for ATL.
Well, nice way to change your picks.
Yeah, I forgot that Tuna was on ATL for a second there.
Nice surprise.
All right. I have the 1 seed Dardar Binks winning, 2 seed Just in Time winning, 3 seed hurts me so much to say it. Tuna. I have to go be sick, but anyways, 4 seed Turtle, 5 seed Matty Ebbs, 3-2 Stoners. Ron?
Nice. Yeah, I've got Year of Dardar Binks taking it down in the 1 seed. I don't think Risen finds his first victory of the season just yet against Always Just in Time, who's a really strong player in the 2. Inzi never wins, though. You know, don't pay attention to that 4-1 record. Inzi never wins. Brushy Tuna getting the victory in the 3 for ATL. I've got Turtle taking it down in the 4, and I think Matty Ebbs gets a victory in the 5 for a 3-2 Challenge Stoners victory. And if they lose at all, blame Inzi.
Yeah, we do have C-Mac making a very good point in chat. Turtle was so strong in the 4 that Blizzard had to directly nerf him.
Ooh,
He's
dangerous
not
for
wrong.
Turtle.
Finally, Marty, what do you
I mean,
think?
Turtle is also really good in Among Us. Not that I might ever play with him again.
Anyways, back to Hearthstone.
I actually picked Turtle as well. After Turtle, I have Dardar taking it. I think Ryzen turns it around, gets his first win of the season. Matty Ebbs probably will take it over Free Hugs, in my opinion. And, geez. And I just don't like your memes. What can I say? Got to go against the grain, being the guest. So I'm going to go with Inzi here and give it 3-2 Stoners.
There you go, Inzi. MartyB out here making friends.
And
Wait, what?
Wait, hold on. Making what?
I missed that.
I'm confused.
Never mind. Forget it. I didn't say anything.
I'm really confused, but I don't know why you're speaking gibberish on my show, but anyways, well, I wouldn't
We just
say,
use made up words.
Yeah, but I just want to give a big shout out to MartyB, keeping Tuna from being caster cursed so he can win.
Solid.
Yeah.
Oh, just kidding. Let me just change this real quick. Tuna's going to get cursed now.
All right, finally, Wild Aces versus the Booty Bay Yacht Club. Why don't you run us through this one, Marty?
Yeah, so between Bill Snyder and Blue Sombrero, I got Sombrero taking this. I also got Booze taking it, and the 2 slot over 2s. Doohan, I can't go against Doohan. Doohan should be a 1 seed, let's be honest. Like, Doohan is insane and wild. He knows what he's doing in standard now. He's going to kill it. I got 9 Eyebrows taking it, 4 slot over Mako, and then Scritch taking the 5 seed. Scritch is very underrated in the 5 seed, in my opinion. And give it 4-1 Booty Bay.
All right. Sage, what do you think?
5-0 BBYC.
All right. I'm giving it 4-1 BBYC with 9 Eyebrows getting the only win for Wild Aces. Ron, final?
Wow. Yeah, this is interesting. We've got Wild Aces, one of the top teams in the Hero Series, 84 points, going up against Booty Bay, 73 points, and 3 you guys are calling massive victories for Booty Bay. I got to go the other way. I think Bill wins in the 1 seed over Blue Sombrero. 2s never lose, getting the victory in the 2 seed. Giving it to C-Mac over Doohan's debut in Hero Series in the 3. That is a hell of an opponent to debut against, and I think C-Mac's still going to take this down. I think 9 Eyebrows is going to get the victory over Mako in the 4, and man, Zeolite is insane in the 5, but I think Scritch is also even more insane in the 5. I got to give it to Scritch in the 5 here, but a 4-1 win for Wild Aces.
All right.
So I didn't really go into any detail, right? Because, I mean, you guys said everything that needed to be said, because BBYC is just a bunch of studs now. Oh, my goodness. And Doohan in the 3, are you kidding me? The guy, don't pay attention to that 291, all right? That 291, that ain't the number. All right, the number is 550, all right? I'm telling you.
I mean, I just feel like maybe we should pay a little bit of attention to Doohan's opponent, which is C-Mac, but, neither here nor there.
That's fair. That's fair, because the C-Max number really isn't representative of him either.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's not.
All right.
But now it's the moment we've all been waiting for.
Yeah. Interview time. We are, of course, going to start off with our interview questions sponsored by Diamond. First question, do you prefer wild or standard in THL?
So people know I'm a wild guy mostly. Gotta say that also applies to THL. I feel like the Conquest format in wild just has so much more deck building, so many more deck building opportunities than you see in standard. The card pool is really limiting. You're limited to a certain number of archetypes, and there's just so much more you can do in wild. Like, there's an extra level to the game every week. And I appreciate that a lot. And I don't feel like I can get that as often in standard. So
that's very fair. Next question is a bit rude, as a few of these are. What is the best show and why is it Saloon?
Yeah, funny you say that. I feel like this was written like 2-3 seasons ago. There's a new show on Mondays now. It's pretty good.
Well played, Marty.
Like,
tell us about this show.
Yeah, so it's 3 guys. They have a guest every week, and we go through the Wild Series in THL, and we also have our interview just like this. We take cues from the best, of course, and we also have our guests bring fun and interesting decks. It's always something new every week, and it's just a good time.
Awesome, good show.
But yeah, you guys, yeah, for sure. You guys,
yeah, man, plug the show.
We wouldn't be able to do it without you guys. We just take so much, and it was just a lot of inspiration from other shows, and things like the interview here really helped us.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, oh, that's awesome. Marty takes a insulting question and flips it to be wholesome. What a guy! I love it.
Yeah. Also, I just want to say the number one way you can tell that Marty is relatively new to THL is that he thinks Saloon was good 2 or 3 seasons ago.
All right. Next question.
Anyways,
right through my fakes answers now. Oh no, what am I gonna do?
Next up, what is the team culture of Tam Tam Surf Slam like?
Yeah, so we really work together on a lot of different things. Coming up with individually, we might come up with personal lineups and all. Thinking about what kind of decks the other person will bring, what we're comfortable with, and all that. And from there, we'll kind of come together, look at our opponents' lineups and all craft something for each other to really give ourselves the best advantage, you know? So it feels like a big family.
Awesome.
Yeah, especially with us all being on the East Coast, you know, it's really nice. If it weren't for the pandemic, we probably would have had a meetup as well, but unfortunately,
yeah.
certain circumstances stopped that from happening.
Yeah, things are how they are.
Yeah.
So, the next question is actually one that I would like to know the answer to because I don't know anything about hockey. So how did you get your username?
I like hockey. I'm in New Jersey. They have a team here, and I'm a fan of them.
Okay. Why
Yeah.
do you like? So it's just because of where you were at. You like the New Jersey.
I
hockey
followed
team?
them since I was 2 years old. It's
Wait,
been
what-
over 20 years.
Oh, hold on. I want to give a big shout out to Sage. You just said you like the New Jersey hockey team.
It's great.
Excuse
Okay,
me.
so
We didn't
here's
have
a-
an
here's a
offensive
follow-up
name that we had to change. We're not the Washington football team. Calm down.
know
Here's
what?
a follow-up. Who is MartyB?
MartyB. Okay, so this came from JR initially, I believe. JR is the one that came up with the name, and it's from a Hall of Fame goaltender from the team. He's pretty much the most prolific goaltender of all time
Yep.
in the league. Up there, top 3, just all time in general, and in the conversation. I don't know if I'd say he's the absolute best. In my opinion, there is a clear number 1, and that's because the dude was godlike. But I'm pretty comfortable saying like he is one of the greatest of all time, and it's just a nice little catchy nickname for this that goes back to the original username I had.
True. Yeah. NHL NJ fan 1 is not the easiest thing to say over and over on shows. And honestly, the nickname Martin Brodeur had some of us stumbling over it quite a bit too. But Marty
Cough,
B,
cough, Sage.
that's an easy one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I wasn't going to call him out specifically, but
Why?
yeah, had Sage stumbling.
Why? Specifically, I'm
Why
disappointed
not?
in you.
It's always safe. It's always safe.
All right, it's the next question makes it really funny that Sage didn't know what their team name was called because it's right in here. Who is your favorite New Jersey Devil, and why is it Ilya Kovalchuk?
Oh man.
I didn't realize New Jersey had a hockey team.
Sage, get out. Just get out.
Exceptional. Exceptional.
Yeah. First you didn't want to play me. Now you're giving me trash for my name.
And hey, listen, all of you in chat think this is funny. Y'all don't have to deal with him on a weekly basis.
Yeah, I'm just gonna replace Sage now. Like,
Please do.
yeah,
That's easy.
Anyways, so the backstory with Kovalchuk, I don't know if anyone knows. He was signed to a 15-year, $100 million contract like 10 years ago or so. And he was like a top 5 player in the league, played a ton of minutes, carried the team on his back, brought them to a cup finals. And then 3 years into his contract, he just bailed, retired, and went to Russia. Left us with massive gaping hole and all that. So a lot of fans hate him. But truth is, it was a blessing in disguise for him to leave because that gave us a ton of cap space, and we didn't have to deal with any penalties for signing him for so long.
Yep.
So that's the
solid
joke.
answer.
All right, and finally, our question from Diamond is: who has been your favorite wild guest on Wild and Out this show? From Diamond.
Oh, this is a fun one. Diamond, surprisingly, I'm not going to say you. I want to say Mike V.
I'm really glad you
Because
didn't.
Mike V sometimes, he'll end up. So last season we had Craig of Canada on, and we made a little joke about Craig having people hostage in their basement or in his basement. And since then, Mike has had some connection issues at times. So he'll end up in Craig's basement. And occasionally he'll guest on the show when Craig decides to let him out of the basement.
Nice.
Nice. That's a good answer. I like it.
All right, and finally, for our few questions from people who aren't Diamond, from Reggie,
Yes.
please 1v1 nerd.
Ha, ha, ha.
Yeah,
We just did that last
like you to
weekend.
1v1 him.
We did this last weekend, actually.
All right.
So if anyone wants to see that on stream, it was recorded. I believe it was on It was Saturday night. Forgot the
Okay.
name. Yeah. So
Salty Saturday.
yeah, Salty Saturday. So if anyone wants to check the VOD on that, you can see that matchup. Good time.
Reggie
Well, apparently
was
Reggie's
my
saying that
sub
didn't
last
count.
week.
He says, "Play me in standard, the good format."
Oh, I see. I
Oh,
see.
okay.
Yeah. Ask him. Hey, Reggie, what's the format you were just playing earlier today? Didn't you say in chat too you switched to wild? Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did craft a whole bunch of wild cards and decks.
He
So
did.
anyways, the next question we have here is, why are you so good just in general? Like always pleasant to talk to and destroy me in Hearthstone. This was asked by Based.
And Base is just such a wholesome player. Like when people ask me who I really enjoyed meeting through THL, my first answer is always going to be Based. Like she's just been so accommodating, so friendly, fantastic player. Like being MVP across all of THL last season is insane. And she's just helped me so much getting my feet wet in THL and just really being part of the community. So I have her to thank for that.
That's awesome.
All right. And finally, are you an employee of DiamondDelivers.com from CMAC?
Am I even allowed to say I am?
I don't know.
That's the real question.
Wait, is DiamondDelivers.com a real thing?
I'm not sure if we've announced it officially yet.
Okay.
So I cannot say. I will say I may or may not have delivered diamonds.
All right.
What?
Answer
I'm
to
so
the question
confused.
is shrouded in mystery.
Yeah. But anyways, that is about all the time we have for Saloon. We will be back in 10 minutes or so for a bar fight. So see you guys then.
Do I have time to get a beer? I have to go
Yes.
to the core store.
Oh.
There's
Well,
always time for a beer. Say, go for it.
Oh,
No, I love you guys.
apparently that question was for Diamond.
Oh, CMAC was a week late on his question.
Yeah.
No, I was honestly the reason why I was so shrouded in mystery is because I was gonna even ask after stream ended before our next match. What is this question on?
I don't know.
I was so confused.
I don't know. All I want to say is I'm just going to blame whoever pulled the questions from Heroes Series chat. I know it wasn't me.
Solid.
Just blame Sage.
All right.
All right. Well, that should wrap
I'll
it up
be
for us.
sick,
And we got
baby.
bar fight incoming.
See you guys.